Hey there, my friend. Today we're talking about the spiritual energy of money. Now, how can money be spiritual? Well, because money, you need money to live an abundant life. You don't need a whole lot of money, but money is part of the equation. So if you want to become abundant, right, becoming abundant requires a change in paradigm, a change in mindset. Therefore, the process of becoming abundant is actually a spiritual journey. And unfortunately, we wouldn't have to go through this journey if we weren't conditioned to live in a scarcity mentality. As we've grown as kids, we've been put in a box to think that, the world is sliced up like a pizza and everyone just has to take their own little sliver, adding up to zero because it's a zero sum game. But in reality, the world is not a pizza. The world is not a pizza. The world is a garden. It's a farm, right? You are a farmer. You can plant seeds into a garden, which are ideas that can sprout and create abundance for you. And that's what they don't want you to know. That's what you've made to believe, that you have to go in and exchange your time for money. But in reality, the people that you're working for are the farmers. Those people are the farmers. Those people are the people that set up the systems and the infrastructure so that their time is no longer attached to the money that they earn. And they've decoupled those things, and then they can continue to grow and grow and grow and create massive leverage. And that's how you become a millionaire and a billionaire, because the internet now has created more millionaires than ever before. And it's precisely through this principle, because you can create leverage through the internet. Because you and I'm having this same exact conversation with maybe tens, hundreds, depending how this video goes. I'm just starting my channel. But eventually, if this channel is at 100,000 subscribers, imagine I make one video and I talk to potentially thousands of people at the same time. The amount of leverage that allows someone to have, that's the power of the internet. And now we can all have that leverage. But instead, some people choose to continue to work for somebody else, exchanging their time for money, giving up half their life for a paycheck. That they have to do that over and over and over again, and never creating leverage and always working for the farmer. When instead, you can become the farmer. You can become the farmer, because life is abundant. And that's the main difference between poor people, poor mindset, and rich people, rich mindset. See, poor people think everything is expensive. And this is why. When poor people are going to go and purchase something, when they purchase a vacation, when they purchase food, a meal, an expensive meal, they say, whoa, this vacation is going to cost me a month's worth of my life. I have to work a month in order to make the amount of money that this vacation is going to cost me. So I'm literally paying for this vacation with my life. I'm paying for this thing with my life, whatever it is you want to buy. If you want to buy a camera, a computer, you literally pay with it with hours of your life. That's what poor people do. But rich people don't think that way, because their time isn't attached to the amount of money that they make. The amount of money that they make is attached to the ideas that generate income for them. And this is your creative power. And this is where you tap into true abundance, because ideas are abundant. See, our creative power is abundant and never ends. We can always tap into creative energy. You by nature are creative in your own unique way. And I'll prove to you, right? In a biblical way. This is actually biblical. In the beginning, God created. It's the first sentence in the Bible. Like, why would God want us to know that the very first thing that he is creative? And I'm taking this from Myron Golden, he's a fucking G. But in the beginning, God created. He wants us to know that he's creative. And he made us in his likeness and in his image. It's in the first chapter of Genesis. And imagine that. It's in our nature to be creative. It's in our nature to be abundant. But we've been conditioned to think that we're not. But in reality, you are. You just have to tap into it. Because you'll have moments of inspiration in the shower, when you relax, when you finally let go. Oh, that's a great idea. Maybe I should start that business. Boom. That is your abundance pathway, right? Whenever that inspiration comes and it strikes you, oh, maybe I could become a coach. Oh man, maybe I could become a YouTuber, right? Think of the abundance that a YouTuber has, like a successful YouTuber. They just make a video. And I'm not saying it's easy, right? But it's infinitely leverageable. They can speak to the world through this. A marketer, someone that understands marketing, they know how to get a message out there to the masses and get people to agree with it, right? Influence, communication is like those are the most important skills of this current lifetime, of this age. And if you know how to harness those things, you can create infinite abundance. And see, like, those skills are boundless by time. They're not bound by time. They're bound to your creativity. What is it that you're going to apply those skills through? Is it going to be through starting your own business? Is it going to be through starting a podcast, a YouTube channel? Or is it going to be starting a restaurant, right? Because you can, right? It's about getting the word out there. Communication and influence are the most powerful mediums right now that you have to create abundance in your life. And so it's not a matter of, oh my God, I need money now to go and build my business. No, you need creativity. That's what you need. You need creativity. And you need to put the time into it, right? But you know that that time is leverageable. You're working towards something. That's a spiritual energy of money. And it can exist in many, many different ways. To give you a tactical example, like, you don't even have to go and build a business. You can just be a middleman between businesses. Because one business's output is another business's input. And if you can start seeing how those things work, highly recommend you read the book Joint Ventures: From Mediocrity to Millions by Jay Abraham. You'll never see the world in the same way. You'll see opportunity everywhere, literally everywhere. You could be working for a business right now that you're an employee for, and you can go and create a new profit center for that business. Say that you work in tech. You sell, you may not be a salesman, you're a programmer, right? But you want to make some extra money, figure out how to make some extra money. Like, doesn't that software that you're programming, that salesmen in that business are selling, like, can't you figure out a way? Couldn't you maybe figure out a way of other complementing softwares that go hand in hand there? And you go to another business and you say, hey, this software here that I have complements yours. Why don't we make a deal here, right? And whenever someone buys yours, you refer them over to us. Did you know that 20% of Fortune 500 companies, 20% comes through joint ventures? That's like trillions of dollars. 20% of the revenue of Fortune 500 businesses come through joint ventures. Like, just think about that for a second. That's literally trillions of dollars in transactions of the world's biggest companies is coming through them partnering up with another company. Just think about whenever you go into Chase, right? Or whatever banking that you use, and all the hotels that they're partnered with, all of the car rental places that they're partnered with, like, they don't own any of that. That's just sending people off to different places. You can do that. And so when you start seeing the world through this lens, it's like everything is abundant. Because it's just a matter of inserting yourself through the flow of money. In the flow of money. But when you're at the very tail end of that flow, meaning you're like an employee at the subject of the market and changes, and you don't understand how the way money works, then you're just at the effect. You're never at the cause. You're never creating anything. You're never living in your own true nature, which means you're never actually fulfilled, spiritually fulfilled. Unless you have a career that's fulfilling and, giving you exactly what you need, right? It's giving you the abundance, right? For many people, I'm talking about like the masses that are like the 80% of the masses that are unfulfilled by their daily work. This is why. Because you're not out there creating the future that you want. You're allowing your current reality when you know, and that's what's causing you anxiety, because that anxiety that you're feeling is a signal for realignment. You're unaligned right now to your true purpose. And so you feel this constant state of anxiety, of worrisome. Is this the way life is? Despair, which is awful to feel. But that's a signal. It's actually a positive thing. It's actually a signal. Instead of taking an antidepressant, listen to that signal, right? Give yourself a little moment of silence in the morning. Think about it for an hour before you have to get up and go to work, and think about where your life is headed. You don't give yourself that amount of time to reflect and really think. And because you don't reflect, because you don't think, you don't allow those ideas to come, and therefore your creative energy never comes to life. And you live frustrated every single day. And that's how you realign yourself to your God-given purpose. See, abundance is not something that you go and get. Abundance is something that you become. And so this is the spiritual energy of money, my friend. It's out there. It's out there for you. And it's so simple. It's right there, right in front of you. It's the advice that you give to everybody of what they should be doing is typically what you know you should be doing. If you're out there telling people that they need to start a business, if you're out there telling people that they should go and do this or whatever, or you think about that sometimes, maybe that's what you should be doing. So, I'll leave you with that, my friend. I love you. Go get what you deserve. The money is out there. The abundance is right here. Tap into that abundance and the money will come, right? But you have to serve. And if you serve with love and intention, it's all going to come right back to you. All right? Love you, my friend. I'll see you on the next one. Love you.